Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards. And we are coming at you with a exciting WNBA opening. So I thought this would be a lot of fun. What we're going to do in today's video is basically go over the last 3 years of Prizm. I know we're not too far from 25, but I thought why not go ahead and run this anyway. It's something different. It's, just something to be a little bit different than what we normally do, right? So we've got 22, 23, and 24, and we're basically going to do, what we normally do with videos like this, where we take a look at the cards, see kind of how they've changed over time, and, kind of see which one ends up being the best, just in our opinion. Obviously, we're not looking at values and things like that per se. So obviously, I think the favorite is going to be 24, obviously, with all the big rookies that everybody knows and is kind of after. But at the same time, you never know what you're going to find in some of the earlier stuff. So worth a shot, and we'll see what it is comes out of there. I think the other thing that's super interesting, though, is the fact that a lot of people, including myself, say that Prizm rarely or barely changes each year. So this will definitely be a chance to look at that kind of in real time. So we'll start off with 22, who's got Jonquel Jones on the front as the cover athlete. I mean, in terms of the number of cards, I don't think anything has changed. Well, hang on. This only gives you 20 cards. This gives you 20, and then they upped it. Interesting. So 22 and 23 only give you 20 cards, whereas you get 24 in 2024. Here's some of the things you can look for, of course. Signatures, all that kind of stuff. 200 card set, 177 base, 23 base W25. Unwrap 5 inserts or parallels per box on average. Exclusive green pulsar prisms. So let's do it. Pack number 1. Very standard Prizm design here. Wasn't my favorite year for Prizm, like the hourglass type shape. You have Yvonne Turner, Diamond DeShields, and a nice Candace Parker Get Hyped. It's probably the best one so far. And Lorela Kubaj. Not a bad start there to get an insert. And now moving on to a Candace Parker base. Another nice one. Betnija Laney. And a refractor of the exact same rookie. Lorela Kubaj and Lindsay Wallen. That's from the WNBA 24 set, which I guess is a subset to the actual set here. Now we have Ari McDonald, Natasha Cloud, a widescreen of Diana Taurasi. It's a cool card there. And Mercedes Russell. So no rookie in that pack. Jocelyn Willoughby, Lexi Brown. Ooh, gorgeous. Oh, and it's Asia too. Very nice. Year after year, probably the best player in the WNBA. And Ray Burrell. Nice card there. And it's a Prizm as well. So very nice. Not numbered, but inserts probably have been the best out of this set. Not too much else to remark upon. De'Erica Hamby, followed by Natisha Heidemann. and a green of Tiffany Mitchell, followed by Kayla Davis. So nothing too incredible there. I would say, again, the Asia is very nice. And probably the inserts. Like I said, Diana Taurasi, and of course the nice Candace Parker Get Hyped. So I think those will be our kind of standouts from 22. We'll pop them off to the side. And move into 23 with Brittany Griner on the cover. Got both of these for $10 a couple of years ago from Walmart. Just kind of hung on to them. So had them in the back stock, and then of course I've had the 24 stuff for a while. Don't think we'll see any 24s drop for $10. That's for darn sure. They sold way too well. But once again, just 20 cards. This one introduces ice prisms, which were not in the last one. Obviously, new to 23. Everything you can kind of see there. Once again, autographs, stuff like that. 150 card base set. Same thing there. Look for the first rookies of the 23 draft class. Blaster exclusive greens and green pulsars. All right. Let's do it. So here's the difference that they had between 22 and 23. They went from the hourglass to basically a slightly more sleek rectangle-ish. So, I mean, I like it better than the weird hourglass thing in the background, but still pretty plain. Kia Nurse kicking it off. Haley Jones on the rookie. And there's our first Ice Parallel, Deanna Nolan. Followed by Get Hyped, Alyssa Thomas. That's a nice one. Actually, kind of like that more than the design on the Candace Parker one. This one's very kind of basic. This one's kind of got some texture in the background. Very cool. Unfortunately, Candace Parker, I would argue, a better player than Alyssa Thomas. On to the next. Ezzy McVeigh, perhaps? It's going to be fun trying to pronounce them all. Brianna Turner, Kayla Thornton, and a green Kaylani Brown. So nothing too fantastic for the first couple packs there. Let's see how the back three end up. Kicking off with Nicolina Milic. Aaliyah Boston, there you go. I believe she was Rookie of the Year that year. So that's a nice one. As well as Lou Lopez Seneschal. And Sophie Cunningham. That's a nice prism. Very cool. Love the cracked dice. Two packs to go for 23. Kicking it off with Avina Westbrook, Yvonne Turner, Cracked Ice Maya Moore. It's another really nice one. And Hall Monitors, Katie Smith. It's a cool green prism. And just like that, we're down to the last pack. As we all know, Prism's very fast rip. And we start with Ariel Atkins, Courtney Vandersloot, Racuna Williams, and a green of Deanna Nolan. So I'd argue that probably the nice cracked ice rookie, not a big name, but Aaliyah Boston and probably the Sophie Cunningham being the big ones out of this one. And now we move on to kind of the main event here, the one I'm sure you're all waiting for, 2023 or 4. Panini Prizm, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese share the cover. We did a couple of videos, I think, opening these. So certainly go back and check those out if interested. They were a lot of fun. Had some luck pulling some Caitlin Clarks. Although, as I said in those videos, it was much easier to pull her stuff out of the Women's Monopoly Prizm. I don't know whether or not she just had more cards in there, or maybe the set was a little smaller. But here we go. So 6 packs. So it has a 1-pack kind of lead already or something like that, since you're getting more cards. Courtney Vandersloot. This is probably my favorite year. I don't think it's recency bias, just based on the fact that I like the design better. It's a bigger picture. You know, which I think should take up the most of the card. I mean, just having this much border, I'd rather see the player and what they're doing. Anyways, Courtney Vandersloot. We got a blue Kayla Thornton. I don't think it's numbered or anything. Elizabeth Williams. Not sure what we're doing here. And Ivana Jokic. So no rookies in that pack. Of course, everybody knows we're looking for Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and a whole host of others. Cameron Brink. I'll have to see if any show up. Christy Tolliver. There's Aaliyah Edwards. Ryan Howard. And Carly Samuelson. So we're going to get 6 ice prisms. So basically 1 in each pack. That's pretty cool. That at least gives you a bigger shot, or a better shot at getting one of the top rookies. Alana Beard. Our blue is Jewel Lloyd. Tamika Catchings. It's a good name. And Kia Nurse. I'm not getting too many rookies so far. What do we have? Just the one? One rookie. Through 3 packs. So that's what I'm saying. The Monopoly stuff is just easier. Alyssa Thomas. Emily Engsler. Cracked Ice Ariel Atkins. And Mercedes Russell. So once again, no rookies. So 2 packs to go. And I would argue that 24 is way behind at this point. And there is Aaliyah Boston. Ray Burrell. Our blue, Diamond DeShields. Cracked Ice, Ruthie Bolton. Once again, no rookies. Wow. Last pack. Are we really going to go this entire box with just 1 rookie? That would be nuts. Cynthia Cooper. We have a Fearless, Nalissa Smith. Cracked Ice, Sydney Colson, and Shakira Austin. Wow. 1 rookie. I got to check just to make sure I didn't miss something here, because that just seems nuts. 1 rookie in this box? Woo. Wow. And really no big name players either. Yeah, Leah Boston's not a bad one. Alana Beard, not a bad one. Vandersloot's also not a bad one, but like definitely none that you would really consider like stars. So I wouldn't pick anything out of 24, to be honest with you. Maybe the sole rookie, but I mean that clearly is nowhere near as good. So we have 22 with the Asia Wilson, Diana Taurasi, and Candace Parker inserts. Or 23 with Boston and the Sophie Cunningham refractor, or prism, whatever you want to call it. I'd go with 22, very surprisingly. That would be my choice. I feel like that was probably the best one. Not to mention, got at least a couple to a few rookies out of the other boxes, and just a single one out of the 24. That is incredibly disappointing. But it's a chance you take sometimes, I suppose. So I'm glad I didn't end up spending $40 or whatever it was they were going for there for a little while. Because that one would have been a real heartbreaker. But anyway, guys, with that said, let's get this one wrapped up and get you guys on out of here. If you enjoy content like this, you can head down below, click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there. We put out videos every Monday and Friday, and we'd absolutely love to have you along for the ride. We do rips and comparisons just like this. We do card show pickups. We do our little football card showdown game when it's football season. And overall, just try to have a lot of fun. So would absolutely love to have you. But with that said, the only other thing to say is thank you. Thank you guys very much. As I've said before, really big on gratitude and being thankful. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the kind words. Just appreciate everything. Appreciate you taking the time to check my stuff out even. That's you know, the name of the game. We only have so much time, and I appreciate you guys spending some of yours with me. But with that said, let's go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.